Namas Sarvebhyah Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. We'll chant the Prarthana Shlokas. Krishno Rakshadu Manchara Chara Guruhu Krishnan Namasyamyaham Krishne Namara Shatrabo Vinikataha Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha Krishna Deva Samukthidam Jagadidam Krishnasya Dasosmyaham Krishne Bhakti Rajanjalasto Bhagavan He Krishna Tubhyan Namaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Mritaduhe Namaha Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagat Gurum. Sarvesham Punaswagatam.
Will I recite today, Mahodaya?
Sure. If nobody, yes, you can chat.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Panchadashodhyayah Purushottama Yogah Shri Bhagavanuvacha Urdhva Moolamatash Shakham Ashwatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastau Veda Savedavit Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaah Guna pravriddha vishaya pravalah Adhascha mulanyanu karmanubandhini manushya loke narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadirna cha sampratishtha Ashwathamedham suvirudhamulam asangashastrena dridhena chitva Tatah padam tatparimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyah Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatah pravrittif prasrita purani nirmana mohajita sangadoshah adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamah dvandvair vimuktah sukadukha sangnaihi gacchantya mudhav padam avyayantat na tadbhasayate suryah na shashanko na pavakah yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhutas sanatanah manashashthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati Sharirai yadavapnoti yachapyutkramatishvarah Grihitvaitani sanyati Vayurgandhani vashayat Shrotran chakshusparshanancha Rasananghranameva Adhishthaya manaschayam Vishayanupasevate Utkramantam sthitau vapi Bhunjanav vagunanvitam Vimudhananupashyanti Pashyanti jnana chakshushah Yatanto yoginaschainam Pashyantyatmanyavasthitam Yatanto pyakrutatmanah Nainam pashyantya chetasah Yadaditya tejah Jagadbhasayate khilam Yachandramasi yachagnav Tattejo vidhi mamakam Gama vishyacha bhutani Dharayamyaham Pushnami chaushadhi sarvah Somo bhutva rasatmakah अहौ वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहं द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः।
उत्तमं, धन्यवादः। उत्तमं, वेरि उत्तमम्।
धन्यवादः महोदय।
So yesterday we were in this sloka, 27th sloka. So we are now seeing, after seeing the three kinds classification of knowledge, jnanam, action, and karta, doer, that these three things are going to be classified into rajasic, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. So we have seen according to knowledge we have classified them. Now according to the action we are classifying. We have seen in the previous sloka, a sattvic person will be action of a sattvic person. Now we will see the action of a rajasic person. Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako shuchihi harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah. So here himsatmako ashuchiki it is, because this is there, is actually ashuchiki, but we can chanting this himsatmako shuchiki, we can chant it. Lubdho mahapranas, here jihva mulya harsha shoganvitah karta rajasaf parikirtaka ubadmani. So here one with likes, ragi likes, and karma phala prepsuku, that is he is expecting reward for all the actions he is doing. Karma phala prepsuku. Lubdho, that is he is greedy person, and himsatmaka, he is cruel. Rajasic person is cruel, and ashuchiki, impure. Ashuchiki, harsha shokanvitaha, that is prone to joy and sorrow. Harsha shokam, he is prone to that. And such a doer, karta rajasa parikirtati, such a doer is rajasic karta. We have come to karta. Karma uchyate. I think karta. Now we come to karta. So that karta is rajasak karta, who is impure, who is prone to joy and sorrow, and such a karta is rajasak karta. So rajasic doer, raga and dvesha, both are there in him. Love, that is hatred, love and hatred, is there in him, and such a mind, he has got such a mind, and he is rushes towards certain objects, people, and situations that he likes. Whatever he likes, he rushes towards that because he is expecting something from them, and he runs away from objects that he dislikes, creates disturbance, and while performing actions, you'll create disturbance also. So that kind of action is Rajasic action. So Rajasic doer, what's in it for me? He'll always be searching for what's in it for me, and he's expecting reward. So when he expecting rewards and he's working for something, his attention is drawn away from the action itself. He's not concentrating on the action. He is losing focus on the action because he is expecting rewards and his mind is working on that. So his motives are impure and selfish motives, and greedy for more and more rewards, and do not hesitate to harm others also. In the way, if they come in the way of his personal reward. So they're even sometimes cruel and prone to elation and depression. They will go to depression, or they will go to very happy and very depressed. So Rajasic doer is prompted by a Rajasic vision. His mental makeup is like that. We cannot help it because that is his knowledge. So based on that only he will be working. And he has got very certain likes and dislikes and attachment to reward, etc. And for this, Bhagavan says, reduce attachment to the world and increase attachment to Ishvara. That is one remedy for this. Because a Rajasic person he has to know that his Rajasic qualities are there, and realizing that he can get over that by giving more importance to Ishvara. We'll continue.
Pushpa Bhagini.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhum.
Ragi karma phala presyuhu. Ragi karma phala presyuhu.
Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Lubdho himsatmako suchihi. Lubdho himsatmako suchihi.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Harsha shokanvitak karta. Harsha shokanvitak karta.
Vitah karta. You know the root. How do you chant this? When you get followed by kakara, you get jukva mulya.
Yeah, ik. Harsha shokanvitak. Vitak karta.
Vitah.
Ik. Vitak.
No ha. Harsha. You see this harsha, you see?
Harsha shokanvitak karta.
I don't know. Okay, you find out. You read Hindi, right? You read this, see this. You can read this.
Yes, yes, sir.
If you put a halant in below, what it will become?
Harsha shokanvitak karta.
If you substitute this ha here, I'm not telling here. Here, if this type of ha, if you put halant, that ha is here. That pronunciation.
Yes. Okay. Harsha shokanvitak karta.
Vitah karta.
Vitak karta.
Rajasah parikirtitaha.
Rajasak parikirtitaha. Rajasah parikirtitaha.
Okay, uttam.
Dhanyavad.
Padma Jagan Bhagini.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu. Ragi karma phala prepsuhu.
Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Lupto himsatmako shuchihi. Lupto himsatmako shuchihi.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Harsha shokanvitak karta. Harsha shokanvitak karta.
Rajasah parikirtitaha.
Rajasah parikirtitaha. Rajasah parikirtitaha.
Uttam.
Ilavarsi Bhagini.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Ragi karma phala prepshuhu luptho himsatma koshuchihi. Ragi karma phala prepshuhu luptho himsatma luptho himsatma koshuchihi.
See, when you chant, this is a pada. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. In one stretch, you have to chant this. Don't stop himsatmako shuchihi. No, don't break in it. Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Like that.
Lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Harsha shokanvitah karta. Harsha shokanvitah karta.
Rajasah parikirtitah.
Rajasah parikirtitah. Rajasah parikirtitah. Dhanyawad Mahodaya.
Golap Mahodaya.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako shuchihi.
Ragi karma phala prepsyuhu luptho himsatmako shuchihi. Ragi karma phala prepsyuhu luptho himsatmako shuchihi.
Harsha shokanvitah karta. Rajasah parikirtitah.
Harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah. Harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah. Thank you, sir.
Sapna Bhagini.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah.
Uttam.
Hema Bhagini.
Ragi karma phala prepsuhu lubdho himsatmako shuchihi. Harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah.
Uttam. Go to the next. Ayuktah prakritastabdaha shatho naiskriti kolasaha vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. So tamasic karta, tamasic doer is ayuktah, unsteady. Prakrita means immature and uncultured person. Stabdaha, unbending, you not bend, and shato, fraudulent, and naishkriti, wicked, and alasaha, that is lazy, and vishadi, he is dejected, vishadi, and dirghasutri, procrastinator, he will procrastinate. So these are all the such a karta is a tamasic karta. So these tamasic kartas details, gunas are given here. So you can see a very long list is there. So it's seen that it is very, very difficult to cultivate sattvic qualities. It takes years and years and janma to develop sattvic qualities. So how easy it is to get into tamasic qualities. So eliminate all tamasic qualities, and they are detrimental. They are even not conducive to success in this material world also, let alone the spiritual attainment is also for material, this worldly life also. These gunas are not going to be, they're harmful to the person. So if the state of mind is tamasic, the mind will be unsteady, no focus, distractions, and prakrita, that is the opposite of samskrita, that is uncultured, that is very, very rough type of nature, refers to mind that is uncultured, no proper values or ability to think logically. Tamasic doership comes from tamasic vision, which always hangs on perversely to one particular object, viewpoint, or person or situation. It will hold on to one thing, and that is the mind of the knowledge or the outlook of that person, tamasic person. So based on that only he'll be working. So therefore the mind becomes stabda, that is unyielding. He won't budge whatever he's thinking. That is the thing only he will say, and he will not budge. And arrogant and unwilling to accept a different viewpoint. He will not accept it. So that kind of action. So tamasic mind will not stop at anything to accomplish its task. Similar to, it's more or less similar to rajasic action also. It will go to any extent. It will be shata. Shata means malicious, deceptive, and fraudulent. Playing games. So these are all the ways the tamasic people will be acting. Continue.
Illavarasi Bhagini.
Ayuktaf prakritastabdaham.
Ayuktaf prakritastabdhaga. Ayuktaf prakritastabdhaga.
Shato naishkritiko lasaham.
Shato naishkritiko lasaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirghasutricha.
Vishadi dirghasutricha. Vishadi dirghasutricha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate. Karta tamasa uchyate.
Uttam.
Dhanyawad Mahoday.
Vatsala Bhagini.
Ayuktaf prakritastabdaham.
Ayukta prakritastabdhaha. Ayukta prakritastabdhaha.
Shato naishkritiko lasaham.
Shato naishkritiko lasaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirghasutricha.
Vishadi dirghasudricha. Vishadi dirghasudricha.
Karta tamasa uchyate.
Karta tamasa uchyate. Karta tamasa uchyate.
Uttam.
Vinoda Bhagini.
Ayuktaf prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha.
Ayukta prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha. Ayukta prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirghasutricha. Karta tamasa uchyate.
Vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate.
Uttam.
Anasuya Bhagini.
Ayuktaf prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha.
Ayukto prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha. Ayukta prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha.
Vishadi dirghasutricha. Karta tamasa uchyate.
Vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Dhanyawad Mahoday.
Meenakshi Bhagini.
Ayuktaf prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha. Vishadi dirghasutricha. Karta tamasa uchyate.
Ayukta prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha. Vishadi dirghasutri cha karta tamasa uchyate.
Uttam.
Lakshmi H.S. Bhagini.
Ayukta prakritastabdhaha. Shato naishkritiko lasaha. विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते.
Buddha. Go to the next sloka. Buddhir-bhedan dhriteshchaiva gunatastrividham shrinu prochyamanamasheshena prithaktvena dhananjaya. So here, according to gunas, buddhir-bhedam dhriteshchaiva. According to gunas, intellect and fortitude, buddhi and dhriti. These two things are said to be of three types also. According to the science of gunas, these two also are considered to be of three types. Listen to me completely. What are the distinctions? I will tell you. Go Dhananjaya. So we have seen already. We have seen three classifications of knowledge, action, and doer. We have seen already based on Rajasic, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Then Jnanam prompts action. Whatever knowledge you have, that prompts an action. Prompts you to do an action. So the karta or the doer is the state of mind while performing the action. So while performing the action, the doer is the state of mind. In what state of mind you are doing the work, that is the karta or doer. And although knowledge supplies doer the target of action, what work has to be done, the knowledge gives instruction to the doer. Knowledge is there, the doer is there. This work has to be done. So, and he also tells what work has to be done, target of the action as also mentioned. Then it does not prescribe a plan of action, how to do that work. It doesn't prescribe that. Knowledge will not prescribe that. So how to get that object, it doesn't prescribe. So therefore, buddhi, intellect, gives the course of action. The buddhi gives the course of action to how to get that object. So intellect has determined a plan of action. So intellect, buddhi will give an action, do like this, do action. So the doer has to follow that. He needs to follow that, whatever buddhi says, this is the way to do it, we do it. And he should not get distracted. Buddhi has given the course of the plan of action. The doer has to follow it. He should not get distracted. Then the work will not get done. So the quality of holding on to something is known as dhriti or fortitude. So without getting distracted, to do the action that buddhi has given the plan, and that plan has to be put into action, that without getting distracted, and that quality of holding on to that thing, that is dhriti or fortitude. So Sri Krishna says intellect and fortitude are part of Prakriti's gunas, buddhi and fortitude, dhriti. The dhriti is not getting distracted and continuing to do the action without getting distracted. So that is fortitude, that is strength of mind. Some people will just give up and go away, not doing the work. Some people start and then go away. So that's not like that. Start and then continue to do that work. So they are divided into three types. These are also divided into three types. Buddhi of three types and this fortitude of three types. So that next 6 slokas will be on this division of these two gunas, that is buddhi and dhriti. So jnanam is the goal, that is atma jnanam, that is self-knowledge is the goal, and the buddhi buddhi is the plan, and dhriti is adherence to plan. So it is to be practiced in daily life. So understanding how to plan and how to stick to that plan has benefits both in the spiritual world as well as in the material world. In this world, or in this laukikam, that is in this present world itself, it has got benefits. That is having a plan and then sticking to that plan. Continue.
Varalakshmi Bhagini.
Sorry. Buddher Pedan Kritesh Chaiva.
बुद्धेन पेदं धृतेश्चैव
Buddhir Vedan Dhriteschaiva.
बुद्धेर पेदं धृतञ्चैव
Dhriteschaiva. Dhrite.
धृतेश्चैव
Yes.
बुद्धेर्पेदं धृतेश्चैव धृतेश्चैव
Gunatastrivitham Shrinu.
गुणदस्त्रिविधं शृणु
Procyamanamasheshena.
प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण
Prthatvena Dhananjaya.
पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
We should not at that no time we should forget these Mahapranas. Dhananjaya.
धनञ्जय
Only here. Dha only Mahaprana. Dhananjaya.
धनञ्जय
Yeah. See, for you, we have marked this in yellow color to identify that you won't forget it. That's why we have put that in this thing. Okay. Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you.
Anita Bhagini.
Buddher Pedan Dhriteschaiva.
Hare Krishna. Buddhe Vedan Dhriteschaiva. Buddhe Dharma Vedan Dhriteschaiva.
Gunatastrivitham Shrinu.
Gunat Stritam Vidam Shunu. Gunat Stritam Vidam Shunu.
Procyamanamasheshena.
Pochamanam Sheshana. Prochamanam Sheshana.
Prthatvena Dhananjaya.
Prakthvena Dhananjaya. Praktvedena Dhananjaya.
Uttam.
Nagamani Bhagini.
Buddher Pedan Dhriteschaiva. Gunatastrivitham Shrinu.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतिश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु
Procyamanamasheshena. Prthatvena Dhananjaya.
प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
Uttam.
धन्यवादः महोदय
Anjana Bhagini.
Buddher Pedan Dhriteschaiva. Gunatastrivitham Shrinu.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु
Procyamanamasheshena. Prthatvena Dhananjaya.
प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
Uttam.
Padma Vishwanathan Bhagini.
Pedan Dhriteschaiva. Gunatastrivitham Shrinu. Procyamanamasheshena. Prthatvena Dhananjaya.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय.
Raghunath Mahoday.
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय
Dhriteschaiva. Dhrite. Buddher is
बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव
Uttam. Next sloka. Pravrittincha nivrittincha Karya karye phaya phaye bandham moksham ya veti buddhissa partha satviki. Now, the buddhi, three kinds of buddhi, that is satviki buddhi, the rajasi buddhi, and the tamasic buddhi. That classification is done here. So pravrittincha nivrittincha, that intellect, that is buddhi, is intellect, that buddhi which knows engagement and withdrawal. Pravrittincha nivrittincha, where you have to get into involved and where you should not get involved. This buddhi knows that correctly. And what is duty and what is not. Karya karye. What is his duty, what is not his duty, he is clear about it. And then fear and fearlessness, where he has to be afraid to do, where he is need not be afraid to do. That also this buddhi, this sattvic buddhi knows that. Bandham moksham ya veti. And also he also knows the difference between bondage and liberation. Bandham, that is this is bondage, and moksham is liberation. He knows that. These things are known to this sattvic buddhi. So that which knows the buddhi that knows these things, that's a sattvic buddhi. So our knowledge gives us an object to pursue. We have got an object. Yes, our knowledge has given us this object we have to get. So the buddhi is being used to get that the doer uses the buddhi and makes a plan of action, a person to approach or a situation to be attended. So all these this object of action. So our buddhi decides the course of action, what to do it, how to go, but the buddhi decides. So for any objective, we need to decide whether to pursue or not, whether to get into that or we not get into it. Whether it will be useful, whether it is harmful, whether it is what is the consequence, everything one should. That's this the sattvic buddhi knows that, and sattvic buddhi is clear on those two factors, whether to pursue or not to pursue. Very clear about that. So Sri Krishna breaks these two factors into several assessments. So how that buddhi will assess the situation before taking any action. So 4 stages. The first stage is the one stage in life. One stage in life. His own that is whether he is in the older age or whether he is in the younger age, whether he can take up that action or not. To decide that, he will consider all these things. And one swadharma. What is his swadharma? Whether he should get involved in something which is not of his calling, is this thing that he should decide, and whether the action is one's duty or not, whether to be fearful or not, whether we should there is something to be feared about it, that also is thing, and whether to continue to act or not. Continue to act on all these decisions. When making the plan of action, the buddhi will get into all these aspects. And then this varnashrama is there, something called varnashrama. That is, varna is the social, in the earlier days, social divisions like Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Shudras, and Vaishyas, that varnashrama, that is varna. And ashrama is the 4 stages. That is brahmacharyam, grihasthashramam, this vanaprastham, etc., sannyasam, etc. So these are the stages. So we have to consider in which part he is. If he is a grihastha, he should be careful that he has a family to look after. He cannot get involved in things which will affect his family. Everything he has to look into. So based on that, he will take the action. So the stage and is the stage of his life will help him to determine whether he should act or not, whether actions should be performed and he should perform, not perform. So this varnashrama helps in 2 assessments: engagement and withdrawal. Whether to engage or withdraw, and what is our duty and what is not. It is all in the modern times. You can see a new business you want to start. So you should see what age you are, whether you are retired and he is taking this thing. At that time, whether you can venture into those things, whether it is worthwhile to do it, everything he has to consider. Otherwise, the investment will go waste, and he'll have to later repent. So once the Varnasama has approved the performance of action, and he has to, once he decides to do it, he has to test whether the action is for personal reward. Why he is taking up the action? Whether he is for personal reward, motivated by selfless service. What is the motivation behind it? And if we have fear while performing action, chances are egoism has crept into it. If you fear to do something, there is some kind of an ego is there. Personal this thing is considered there. So we are fearing to do because we will lose our name or fame or something. That if you take that action, we'll fear about our name or fame. So that fear will be there. That's why we are fearing to do that. Or we may be doing it for praise and honor also. We'll be doing what is the motivation we are taking up that work. So if mind is fearless, our action is selfless. Wherever mind is fearless, our action will be selfless. It is not for our gain, our fame. We are doing it as a service, and it's our duty to do it, and we are doing it. We should see our actions are likely to take us closer to liberation. It will take us more and more towards liberation. We should see that our action will take us to the liberate us from our earthly life, and intellect that guides us in such a manner is sattvic buddhi that guides us like this, with taking into account all factors, whether to take action or not. Without this planning, without this background work, the buddhi will not enter into that, and it will affect his ultimate goal is to get liberated. If that doesn't, this work is not going to take him towards that. It is he'll be going back. Instead of going forward, he'll be going back. So you will sattvic buddhi will take into account all these factors. We'll continue.
Malini Bhagini.
Pravritting cha nivritting cha.
Pravritting cha nivritting cha. Pravritting cha nivritting cha.
Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Karya karye bhaya bhaye. Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Bandham mokshancha ya vetti.
Bandham mokshancha ya vetti. Bandham mokshancha ya vetti.
Buddhissa partha satviki.
Buddhissa partha satviki. Buddhissa partha satviki.
Udam.
Kalavati Bhagini.
Pravritting cha nivritting cha.
Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha.
Pravritting cha.
Pravrittim.
Pravritting cha nivritting cha.
Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha.
Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Karya karye bhaya bhaye. Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Bandham mokshancha ya vetti.
Bandham mokshancha ya vetti. Bandham mokshancha ya vetti.
Buddhissa partha satviki.
Buddhissa partha satviki. Buddhissa partha satviki.
Nagamani Bhagini.
Pravritting cha nivritting cha. Karya karye bhaya bhaye.
Pravritting cha nivritting cha. Karya karye bhaya bhaye. Pravritting cha nivritting cha. कार्याकार्ये भयाभये
बंधं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी
बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी।
घोलप महोदय।
प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये
प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये
बंधं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति
बंधं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बंधं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति
बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी
बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी।
उत्तम।
पद्मा विश्वनाथन भगिनी।
प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये बंधं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी
प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी।
उत्तम।
धन्यवाद।
लक्ष्मी किरण भगिनी।
प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी।
उत्तम। Next thing. यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ राजसी. So here, that by which one improperly understands the difference between dharma and adharma. Yaya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha, he doesn't understand properly the difference between what is dharmam and what is adharmam. He doesn't understand properly. And karyam cha karyam eva cha. What should be done and what should not be done. The buddhi, the rajasic buddhi is not clear about it. That he is not able to properly understand it. Ayathavat prajanati. That is, he understands this improperly. Improperly understands what is dharma, what is adharma. What has to be done, what should not be done. He understands this improperly. So that set of buddhi is rajasic buddhi. So one needs number of years to fully understand what and how to perform actions in one's career. Any career you take, you have to, in this world also, you have to spend a number of years practicing under the guidance of a competent teacher. Years of practice, doing the same thing repeatedly. You have to practice, then only you get a confidence over that. That work only you will be knowing. You'll be in and out of that work. So you are clear about that work. So the quality of work output will never reach perfection unless it is properly guided, and also years of practice have been put into this thing. So Sri Krishna says that the karma yoga needs to be studied with the dedication and guidance to practice karma yoga. So we should know what is our dharma or duty towards the world. We should know it very clearly. Are those actions ethical? Those actions ethical for selfish ends, or is it for selfish ends or performed selflessly? We should know that. Are they taking us closer to liberation? Our actions, are they taking us closer to liberation? These things we should know. So if one is not clear of his dharma, he will be confused whether to act or not. Arjuna's attachment to family members triggered confusion with respect to his duty. Attachment to his teachers and elders brought confusion to him, and he was not prepared to do his duty. His duty is dharma, is as a Kshatriya, as a king family, he has to fight them. So he was not doing that. So Sri Krishna teaches him karma yoga to remove confusion. So Krishna teaches him karma yoga to remove his confusion. So whenever somebody is confused about action, it is a rajasic kind of mental state of that person. He is not just know what is his dharma, what is whether he should do or not. That is confused. That is in the rajasic state. So man with the rajasic intellect is capable of turning enormous work. He can do enormous work, but his evil genius taints him all his doings. So like an example is say two people join together to form partnership and do some business. One person may be of rajasic quality. Mental makeup is rajasic. So he will plan everything, he's aggressive in his work, and he will try to dominate, and he will slowly take away all the benefits or results of the actions. Other person who is in the partner, he will be left out, and this person will take over. So rajasic mentality is there, then it is a thing which covets everything and wants rewards, but also he is capable of doing enormous work. That is important. He is very good in working, but he has to know what he has to do. Yes, in business, he has to know that he has to do a ethical work, but he doesn't do that ethical work. He tries to cheat, he tries to dominate, etc. So that becomes is a thing he should not do. So what he should not do, he is not aware of that. So what is not doing is dharma, and he doesn't know what is dharma. That becomes rajasic type of mental state. When he knows dharma, he will do very well, but he doesn't know that. He's confused. So that kind of buddhi is rajasic buddhi. We'll continue.
Pushpa Bhagini.
Yaya dharmama dharmancha.
Yaya dharmama dharmancha. Yaya dharmama dharmancha.
Karyancha karyamevacha.
Karyancha karyamevacha. Karyancha karyamevacha.
Ayathavat prajanati.
Ayathavat prajanati. Ayathavat prajanati.
Buddhissa partha rajasi.
Buddhissa partha rajasi. Buddhissa partha rajasi.
Padma Jagan Bhagini.
Yaya dharmama dharmancha.
Yaya dharmama dharmancha. Yaya dharmama dharmancha.
Karyancha karyamevacha.
Karyancha karyamevacha. Karyancha karyamevacha.
Ayathavat prajanati.
Ayatavat prajanati. Ayatavat prajanati.
Buddhissa partha rajasi.
Buddhissa partha rajasi. Buddhissa partha rajasi.
Anasuya Bhagini.
Yaya dharmama dharmancha. Karyancha karyamevacha.
Yaya dharmama dharmancha. Karyancha karyamevacha. Yaya dharmama dharmancha. Karyancha karyamevacha.
Ayathavat prajanati. Buddhissa partha rajasi.
Ayathavat prajanati. Buddhissa partha rajasi. Ayathavat अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी।
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च
यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च यया धर्ममधर्म्यं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च
अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी।
अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी। अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी।
उत्तम।
Hema Bhagini.
यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी।
यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी।
उत्तम।
Thank you.
Raghunath Mahodaya.
यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी।
I'll chant these 4 slokas. रागी कर्म फल प्रेप्सुः लुब्धो हिंसात्मको शुचिः हर्षशोकान्वितः कर्ता राजसः परिकीर्तितः अयुक्तः प्राकृतस्तब्धः शठो नैष्कृतिकोलसः विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते बुद्धेर्भेदं धृतेश्चैव गुणतस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये बन्धं मोक्षं च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी। यया धर्ममधर्मं च कार्यं च कार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धिः सा पार्थराजसी। समापयामः। I will conclude Shanti mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवादः। पुनर्मिलामः। राम राम राम।